Today we're looking at the Yamaha CLP-775, a digital piano that's often overlooked because of where it sits right beneath the flagship CLP-785 and the one below it, the CLP-745. Today we're going to be talking about why the 775 might be the perfect Clavinova for you.
Hi, this is Ted with Alamo Music Center in downtown San Antonio, Texas.
I'm Patrick Marr. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channels, check out our other videos, sign up for notifications, like our videos, leave us comments. We appreciate your support and we love to interact with you.
I like this digital piano.
The Clavinova.
Where have they been? That's the other thing.
So with the supply chain issues that are going on currently, we've been without Clavinovas for a little bit.
I don't know that I've ever played one of these.
We were really excited because we saw the box come in and we're like, oh, a Clavinova, and then it was like 775. What is that? And so because we see it as an overlooked model, I'm guessing others see it as an overlooked model. We saw a lot of the 785s. We sold a whole lot of the 745s, kind of the bookends to this product offering. But opening it up, getting it out of the box, getting our hands on it, playing it, what are your initial thoughts?
I love the action. I love the sound, and I love the way the thing is balanced. I didn't even get into the 16-track recording or anything. I just played the sounds, and it's a lovely instrument. The action on it is phenomenal.
Well, I feel like when I looked at all the previous generations, the 685 to the 785 and the 645 to the 745, it was hard to see a lot of the differences. But when you look at this next to its previous generation, I feel like they really packed in a lot here.
They did.
So they added a three-way.
Beefed up some goodies.
They added a three-way speaker system.
They have a three-way speaker system in it where it used to only be two-way, and I think they upped the amperage a little bit too.
Yeah, it's got like 280 watts of power.
It also has Bluetooth and for like audio and MIDI.
Yeah,
well.
so you can use Bluetooth audio, play your phone into this, play whatever music is on your phone, and have it just come out of this incredible sound system that's gonna blow you away because it's 280 watts.
They also have the Real Grand Expression 2, the secondary sample model that they put into the CLPs and the CVPs here lately.
And the big difference with that is they redid the binaural sample on the CFX, and then they also did it on the Bosendorfer Imperial.
And they sound really, really good. And they also have incorporated the GrandTouch. It's 88 linear graded hammers, so that starting with the bottom hammer all the way up, they just get a little bit smaller all the way up towards the top of the piano. The GrandTouch is one of my favorite actions. They made that digital GrandTouch right around the late 90s. They actually put it in a grand piano case, and it was nearly indistinguishable if the piano was closed up.
They relaunched
to a GB1. It's really, really neat. And then the other thing they have in here is, you mentioned the binaural sample, but they also put in, they included like Mozart and Chopin's piano. They put two of the four Forte pianos that they have, and I used both of those when I sampled them. And I love the literature. It says, so you can enjoy Mozart's and Bach's music and hear it the same way they did. And I really feel sorry for those guys because they didn't have very good pianos.
You describe the sound as like a banjo.
It's almost piano. A banjo. It's a banjo piano in the middle, and I guess in all fairness, I have to go back and look and see how many strings they had. I think that might have something to do with it.
And they're leather hammers. Sometimes they had pedals. Sometimes they didn't. It was the before the piano. It was the Forte piano.
Right. It's actually a predecessor to the piano. There are no pedals on it. And so it's just kind of hard to imagine these guys got excited and wrote all that beautiful music on those kind of trashed out instruments.
We'll place one of our other videos. If you guys haven't seen it, it should have been out by now. The origin of the keyboard. Make sure you watch that. We talk about where the modern keyboard came from, and we kind of talk about every instrument that was between. And so that was the predecessor, the Forte piano, but Yamaha had a vision. Let's put these. Before these instruments completely disappear, let's get high quality samples off of some of the ones that do exist out in the wild, and let's put them in on the pianos. And so they went out and they found, the Erard piano that so many played on. And
the closest one I think was Chopin's piano. The others, Mozart's piano, That's what they call the sample. Is kind of banjo and
Harpsichord banjo.
Harpsichord banjo, right? It's almost like someone's playing a banjo at times with a little hammer, and they have their shirt on the string.
But it's kind of fun to take yourself back in time and play those with along with the instrument. Of course, then you get the grand feel, the grand piano touch, and it's, you know, it kind of gives you a new experience.
But in a nutshell, I'd say that this CLP-775 is probably close to everyone's dream digital piano if you're a person that's going to practice for your own self in headphones and learn literature. Now, if you're going to be playing in a club and stuff like that, this would be a great unit in polished ebony.
Yeah.
And it runs, I think that bumps the price up a little bit.
Yeah.
But when you get into that polished ebony and this type of real wooden, you know, fulcrumed key and all that kind of stuff, you start thinking like, this is getting close to the bigger models, the N1 and the N2, the N3 that they have.
Yeah, the X's.
It's a little bit different. The piano case is still a digital piano styled upright. And I think they added those tweeters on the top that off of the old 685 model. And it's just really lovely in here that it's got a boom sound system.
There's only one button on the whole thing because the rest are all, it's a panel.
It's all touchscreen. It's about the size of a phone too.
Yeah, so it goes dark and then it lights up when you touch it. So there's a cool panel on there. Let's take a listen to some of the voices. There's 38 voices on it. We'll take a listen to some of them. We'll play through it. You'll hear some of the forte pianos. And then we'll come back and talk about a couple more features that make the 775 a really interesting unit for the player.
Patrick, one thing I absolutely like, I enjoyed playing this thing. It's a lot of fun. I really do like that it goes dark. I can't tell you how neat that is. Of course, for video demonstration purposes, and if you're trying to sell it, that's something you're going to have to get used to. But
you have to go back and
how
touch.
many times that I've been playing at a gig on a Clavinova, and when it has this little lit up thing, you have to put something over it because it gets dark in the club and you got this thing coming at you like, you know, like a spotlight.
Like an eye.
Yeah, and if you're reading a lyric sheet or something, it makes, but other than that, this is a wonderful digital piano.
Yeah, and equipped with Bluetooth audio MIDI. We touched on the Bluetooth audio, but the MIDI allows you to control the whole thing through an iPad app or an iPhone app or Android, and you can go in and use the Smart Pianist app. And whether you're recording or switching sound voices, you can really kind of make it your own, start playing along with music. So really kind of looking towards the future with this, and putting the best action they can in there, the best speaker system, again, 280 watts of speaker system, and just a little bit bigger than the rest of the Clavinovas. They added some length to it, and really kind of focused on the samples, the Yamaha CFX, the Bosendorfer.
Phenomenal sounds and phenomenal way to express and pull those sounds out through the keyboards and the way that it works. The other thing I wanted to mention is you have your choice of either metronome or rhythm. I'm real big on rhythms because it takes the counting part out of it. And then didn't really utilize this in a demonstration. I've done some for customers and stuff, and we'll probably in upcoming videos may need to do this, is lay down some 16-track recording. It has 16-track recording capabilities, but it's not as easy to use as some of the other CVP models that have push buttons or touchscreen. This has touchscreen. It is a smaller screen, and you have to layer the parts down one at a time.
Yeah, it's not really built to be a recording tool. I would say it has the option.
It's fun to put down as long as you're using different instruments. It's easier to use. If you start layering this string part with another string part and another string part, it's going to get a little confusing to keep track of your parts.
Yeah, so really just a well-packed replication of a piano. I would say it's one of the best offerings in the sub $5,000 range that will replicate what you're looking for in an instrument.
And it has all the great output connections in the back. It's like a separate left-right headphones, all the things you need on it.
Yeah, so the feel's there, the sound's there, the samples are there. I would say it's just a home run. It might be the perfect Clavinova that you didn't know that you'd be interested in because maybe you were looking at the 745, which doesn't have as good of an action, not as high quality speaker system, just a little smaller profile as well. But the 775 really, I think, knocks it out of the park.
It delivers. It's a really phenomenal instrument.
Yeah, so incredible sound. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you do have a 775 at home or you do have a Clavinova, please leave some comments to others so that they know what the experience has been like, and if you've loved playing it, if you've loved owning it, because I know Clavinovas are near and dear to a lot of people's hearts, especially when looking for their first instrument or something that's going into a different room. But CLP-775, a good product from Yamaha, and we're happy to have it out of the box so we can actually enjoy it.
Yeah, it's nice to have one.
Yeah. Well, this is Ted Barsalou, Patrick Marr with Alamo Music. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.